Hi, I'm Phil Callaghan. With me today are Scott Lundmark, president of Adventure Golf and Sports, known by its acronym AGS, as well as Arnie Lundmark, who is CEO and chief designer. Welcome, gentlemen. Gentlemen, we've seen many golf courses everywhere. Rooftops, cruise ships, under indoor ropes courses, and so forth. You have a product that makes all this possible?
Absolutely, yeah. Arnie started the company years ago, and the core of the company was moving earth and pouring concrete, so traditional style miniature golf. And through the years, he was introduced to a product, a patented panel product that has interlocking teeth and clips together, and essentially started out with some portable modular designs called Mini Links and Mini Links Junior. And then through the years, we developed several other pre-designed modular products that we can literally pack up in a box and ship anywhere in the world. And then later on, years later, Arnie, he's the miniature golf godfather and Swami. He figured out ways to apply custom applications to the modular system, whereby we anchor it to rooftop decks and decks to cruise ships. We use it for indoor applications like one of our clients, Great Wolf Lodge, where we optimize the space indoors for their guests, and we actually go underneath a ropes course with the miniature golf.
I think the interesting thing about that is a lot of times we fabricate a full course, like for a cruise ship or any of our other clients, in our warehouse, so the client can see it because it's this modular makeup. So they come up and they can actually play it in our warehouse before it goes on a ship or for the Great Wolf Lodge indoors.
Well, when I'm thinking about miniature golf, I'm thinking of, some rolling terrain and so forth. So are these panels flexible?
Yeah, well, there's several different types of panels that we utilize. Some are more rigid than others, depending upon our application and the design. And we've got a system, without revealing too many secrets, but basically where we can do different layers of polystyrene foam underneath the panel, and we can carve it to our design, our topography, if you will. And then we layer the panels on top of that, and then we can add additional topography or contours through basically forming some rubber resin pellets that are used commonly in a playground application, and then the turf lays over that. So the end result is really, it can be as flat as a pancake, or we can have all kinds of contours and bumps, like our bunkers and bumps, to add more fun and challenge to the game.
Yeah, speaking of being flat though, we've got a somewhat new panel that we're working on, and we just did a pickleball court out of this new panel outdoors. And so that's partly why we've changed our name to Adventure Golf and Sports from Adventure Golf Services, because we're doing more sports products.
I see. Well, getting back to to this modular system you're talking about, though, it must be significantly lighter in weight than if you're putting it on cruise ship decks and so forth.
Absolutely. That's a big feature that is attractive to the cruise ships, is lightweight, long useful life, very durable product and application. So given it's exposed to a pretty harsh environment in a cruise ship, on the deck of a cruise ship, salt water, wind, rain, they need something that's lightweight and something that has excellent drainage features, which is exactly what our system offers. So on the deck of a cruise ship or even a rooftop application, all the water runs through our entire system, hits the deck or the rooftop, and then the water goes to where it's designed to go, which is to the scupper on a ship or to a gutter on a rooftop.
Yeah, you mentioned the cruise ship decks, and one of the things that I think is interesting about the cruise ships is that, you hear that a cruise ship is so much tonnage. That's how they gauge it. And when they look at miniature golf, we're always the top deck, last one in on the project, and they want to know what we call the weights and dimensions, because they don't want a lot of weight up there. And what happens, and this has happened on other projects, not ours, and other things they add, every time they do that, they have to go add more concrete down in the hull to balance it out. So it's an important part of the business.
I see.
I might add to your question on the application for cruise ships. We designed a proprietary anchor system as well, and it's been a tried and true system that works in up to hurricane force winds. So our clients gain comfort of just, it's a proven product. It's been out there for over 15 years on the decks of cruise ships. So it's worked very well in that environment.
If it's on the deck of a cruise ship or on a rooftop, though, don't they sometimes have to do maintenance? I mean, is it covering certain things that they'd have to get into?
No,
is that?
Great question, Phil, and you're absolutely right. And we say it is a serviceable system, so they can actually access within our course underneath to their deck or rooftop in the event there needs to be some sort of check or maintenance.
And maintenance then is pretty easy with the modular system that you have.
Yes.
And then it's also indoors, evidently,
Absolutely.
when you mentioned Great Wolf Lodge.
Great Wolf Lodge and other venues and clients, it's a system that, again, as Arnie mentioned earlier, we can pre-build it in our warehouse. The client can come out, look, feel, touch, walk it, make adjustments to their liking, and then we basically containerize it, ship it to, again, either a port on the other side of the world or to a Great Wolf Lodge venue across the country, and we basically lay it out and anchor it down.
I think one of the things that Scott touched on here is the logistics of doing this kind of work. You got to have skilled people, not only in the office, but in the field and in the warehouse. They're used to going to France, Italy, Germany, all the shipyards for either a new ship or maintenance on an old ship or renovation or revitalization. We have to ship things all over the world, and the logistics, they depend on us because we know what we're doing in that department.
Very good. Well, thank you for the information. Appreciate it.